In 1788, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay and James Madison embark on creating a series of essays known as the Federalist Papers. The aim of the project being to persuade the public on the merits of the federal government. The plan was to submit a total of 25 essays to the papers, with the work spread evenly among the three. In the 7-month period they allotted themselves, the team far exceeded this goal, publishing a total of 85 articles, of which Hamilton contributed 51, almost 70% of the final product. Although at the time the papers were hardly acquired in totality due to their length, the works are now considered the most valuable body of work America has in relation to interpretation of constitutional law. So who is Alexander Hamilton? Hamilton was able to fly from tragic beginnings to the upper echelons of society, from orphan to founding father. His revolutionary ideas shaped the American financial system, and his seemingly superhuman work life has been immortalised on the $10 bill. With a revival of popularity in Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical, the notable question arises, how did Hamilton achieve this incredible feat? The musical in part answers this. In the song Nonstop, the cast repeatedly expresses the rhetorical question.
How do you ride like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you ride like you needed to survive?
How does he write like he's running out of time? But before we come to that, let's have a look at the importance of writing. He was known for being able to speak extemporaneously in perfectly formed paragraphs for hours. This feature was a product of habits that he was able to establish from a young age that carried him through his life. The old aphorism, knowledge is power, plants an alluring idea which Hamilton serves as a classic anecdotal example of. He grew up continually reading and writing, as often as he could find the will. This compounding increase of knowledge proved indispensable. Reading alone supplied vast varied knowledge, which may prove useful in a pub quiz. However, what set Hamilton apart was writing. Professor Jordan Peterson explains.
It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no. You need to learn to think, because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake, and those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. So that's why you learn to write. It's like...
But then, you may ask, I'm not at university, so how do I improve? Or, if you are at university, you may not be taking a literary degree. To embark on such a vague goal as improving writing, simple tasks should be used to ensure assimilation into one's routine. Firstly, journaling can be a keystone in an age of digital minimalism. As laid out in this paper, writing about one's feelings and experiences can be beneficial both psychologically and physiologically. Starting or ending the day by first writing down raw thoughts and then editing them is a prime opportunity to not only put to rest the monkey mind, but also lays the foundation of self-critique to reinforce logical thought. For this to be effective, handwriting should be prioritised for its permanence, thus forcing you to be more conscious of your words. Secondly, writing essays is imperative. The permanence of writing makes ideas readily available for review and evaluation. Its explicitness encourages establishing connections between ideas, and its active nature fosters the exploration of unexamined assumptions. Essays are the optimal tool to achieve this, as there is an emphasis on the concise communication of information. Finally, surround yourself with people of a similar goal. In a modern context, this is simply achieved with writing forums that allow for online groups to critique your work. This is a must, as regardless of how much you read, your individual experience will build bias and not cover the scope of third parties. Hamilton was keenly aware of his short life expectancy. With his close friends dying around him, it is suggested that his mortality spurred him into his hard-working mentality. But for those of us who are not driven by existential dread and considerably common mortal reminders, how can we commit to such an undertaking? Forming the tasks into habits exponentially increases longevity of commitments. Thus, effort now to set aside a daily period of time will get the ball rolling. Next, ensure that the essay topics are something that you are passionate about. This will make the endeavour more attractive, and perhaps the hardest challenge to overcome is forsaking immediate gratification for this expedient alternative. The interneted mind, by what I've learned, highlights the pitfalls of the effect of technology on your ability to pursue less stimulating hobbies. These ideas are too large to explore here and deserve a video of their own. But in a nutshell, steps must be taken to restore your attention span and remove distractions. Although certain global variables are currently fairly inhibiting, these newfound skills should be reinforced in social settings. Perhaps a temporary alternative could be found on VR chat, a virtual substitute for meeting places. Although quality of partner may be subject to great variability. But for when the world reopens, this study found a 20% improvement in a student's academic ability from exposing individuals to debate formatting and then allowing time for the tools to be practiced. This can be emulated in a more casual setting, by playing devil's advocate or simply sharing your newfound ideas and listening to other people's thoughts. Although, try not to be too excessive in debating people's thoughts. With a modern understanding of development, you are better equipped than Hamilton ever could have been, so start now, there's plenty of time to catch up.